Right, so today I'm going to throw some miniature bonsai pots. Because these pots are so small, it's not worth getting an individual lump of clay for each pot. So what you do, you throw it off a hump. A hump is just a large lump of clay, and you centre the top a couple of inches and you throw your pot on the top of this lump of clay. You get the idea as I move along. So I've semi-centred this and I'm ready to go. So I'm going to get that top inch to the centred. I'm running quite true on the wheel, and then the pot I'm going to make from that little bit there. Make sure I've got all my tools around me before I start, which I am. Like that. So we'll start with this bit. So I'm going to make not too small, I want to start with, then they'll get smaller. So the first thing you've got to do is open your clay up. You can see you're working to a very, very small area here. My hands are quite big, so I don't find this all that easy. And as you can see, the pot builds quite quickly because it's so small. Now, I'm not wanting to make these all alike, I want these all to be slightly different. So I'm just going to throw a variety of different shapes. So that's a little wasted shape. I'm quite happy with that. That's pretty much finished. So now you've got the difficulty of getting it off the wheel. And the way you do that is you use this tool here. All this is a pencil with a piece of string around it. Get your string wet, you take your pencil, you mark the pot underneath the area that you've been throwing. You get your piece of string, you stick it in that groove, let it cut, you take the pot off, you put it on the board. And it's quite simple. You can do it using a knife, you can do it using your fingers, people use various ways of doing it. That is the best way I've found, and it'll work for any size pot. So let's just try another one. So again, I'm going to centre the top, a couple of inches. We're going to make a pot from this. We're going to have quite a lot of control on the top of this lump of clay. I'm going to make this one slightly different. I'm just going to flare this one. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Not that shape. Again, big pencil. I'm leaving quite a lot of clay on the bottom of these because what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn them up after. So I just want some clay to work with. And you just work your way through these, nice and gentle. And as you can see, you just bring more clay up and you use that to make your pot. You can make them in various shapes and sizes. You can make them small, you make them large. When I say large, when I say small, I mean really small, and not as small, really. And you just get your little pot. Piece of string. It's very repetitive, this. Whoops. The string might be a little bit thicker than I like actually on that. I'll just put that one together. A bit thinner string had cut nicer. You can center your clay even smaller, so you're just working with a tiny little bit at the top. And you see that's a really, really small bit. I've got quite big hands. So what I'd use for this is the end of some sort of brush. Take the end of the brush, slip it in, hold the pot up. And you can see that's a really, really small one. Again, use this, put it on. You've got to be very careful with these. You always start bringing clay up from the bottom. All the clay that you need to use is down there. I'll flare this one right in, I think. As you can see, you get through quite quickly. The hard part is turning these because they're so small and you've got to get feet on them. I'll show you that later. I'll show you the turning process later. As you can see, I'm doing various shapes. Right, so we're going to turn some feet onto these pots. What I've done, I put a little pad of clay on my wheel end, just to give the pot some grip, because these are little devils and they will fly off the wheel if you're not careful. So you get it in position and actually anchor it onto the wheel head. This is just a little strap turning tool that I'm going to use for this job. There's no point using a turning tool that's too big because it just makes a mess. So nice small turning tool does all the jobs. The first thing I do is I take the side piece off the clay like that and sort of work out where my foot ring is going to go. And the foot ring is going to go in there. Quite a good little tool is it's got a rounded side, which is like that, which is great for the down sides of the pots, and it's got a straight with a little sort of angle on it there, which is good for the foot rings. And you just keep spinning it round and using the bit that you need to use. So I've sort of set out where the foot ring is going to go. I'm just going to do the inner side. The inner side is going to go in there. So now what I need to do is just dig this central piece of clay out. At this stage you get lots of little sort of fascias on the edges where you've been turning, but they'll all get turned off later. Right, so I've got the basics. I've got the footling where it's going to be, hollowed out the base, so now I'm just going to sort of put some finer touches to it. It's really difficult on very small pots like this. As I said earlier, I've got really quite big hands and I do find this a little bit difficult. So then you can see the foot ring's gone in. Put that in first. I'm just going to put a little bit of detail in the foot ring. So this is just a straight piece of wood. I'm going to lay it across the centre of the pot and actually mark the sides. So there I've got the 4 marks that I need. And the next thing I'm going to use is this. This is just a hole cutter. I use this to cut holes in the bottom of pots, but it comes in great for this little job. So you just hold it against the foot ring, push through, and it gives you a really nice neat cut. Against the foot ring, again push through. Through, and there you can see if it'll come off. Come on, there's a nice little finished pot with the foot ring all finished off on it. That'll sit quite nicely. So you sit that upside down. You never put it on its ring while it's still a bit on the wet side. You just damage it. Clean up your tray. What some people do is stick the clay down using a little bit of water. They might put a little sort of ring of water, stick it straight to the wheel head. Other people use little sort of lugs of clay to sort of put it on and then just anchor it all the way around. I find this much easier. These things sort of, they will fly off if you're not careful, and they do take catching because they are quite small. So we'll just have a go at this one. We'll see what we get from this one. And as you can see, I've got quite a few to do. I'm not going to video me doing all of them. I'll just do 2 or 3 so you get the idea. So I'm marking out the foot ring again. And then the inner side of the foot ring. These little bits of clay are an absolute nuisance, but it's quite a gritty clay, this, and it never turns as smoothly as I'd like. You don't do a bad job. Right, so I'll put the marks in again. The one thing you've got to watch for on these is that little bit in the centre. If that little bit in the centre is higher than that bit, your pot will rock. And that's just a little bit on the high side. You can check by sitting a stick across and just seeing where it lies. That's just a little bit too high for me in that centre. I'm just going to take another little cut from it and just lower it down a bit. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we'll put the marks in. We've got the marks. Again with this tool, push it through.